Blessing, and we're live today, and we're doing a little preview for 3 steps to happiness. And essentially, my intention today is that we will release blocks from your happiness. And so, if you would like to now just type chat with me here, put a Y in the box if you can hear me. Excellent, you can see me. Thank you. Oh, great. Hello. And then go ahead and put a little message of where you're calling in from or on the computer from. So just type in what state you're in or city you're in or country you're in, because I'd love to see that. Awesome. Thank you. And to get the most out of this experience, you're going to want to turn off your Facebook, turn off your cell phone, turn off your other desktop items, and really have a moment where you're willing to receive. I love this book. One of the books that I published last year was on receiving. And let's go ahead and just be in that space where you can receive not just the words that I'm saying, but the energy behind everything. So happiness is the state of being when you're just in awe and you're just willing to see what's going to happen next, and you let go of a lot of the drama. So any problems that you had, I sent a note out and I said, bring me your problems. And I loved it because I got a lot of problems sent to me. It was so fun. So I will be getting to some of the problems y'all sent me. And I have to tell you, I'm sensitive. So I got not only the ones you typed in and emailed, but if you reflected on the things that have been stopping your happiness, I was able to also perceive some of that too. So we're going to clear a lot of that today. We're going to go through 3 major blocks that most people experience on their road to happiness. We're going to release the energy around those and the drama around those. I'm going to do an activation transmission of happiness to all of you. That's going to come in about halfway into the webinar. So we're going to clear some of the blocks first. That'll give you more ability to experience the transmission. I'm going to do an activation transmission of happiness for everyone. And then I'll go into the 3rd block. And then as we get into sort of the question answer part, where I'm going to answer some of the questions you sent me, which I loved, by the way, they were awesome. One was, how can I be happy when I have toxic family members in my life? So awesome question. And definitely we're going to get to that too. I'm also going to share with you my brand new program, which is 60 Days to Happiness. And it's got 30 videos, and every other day you'll receive a transmission from me. Every single person who signs up, I'll do energetic transmission as well. So that's going to be really fun, and I'll be introducing that over the course of today. So thank you so much for coming. And just kind of get in your mind's eye a time when you really had some exciting happiness in your life. And let's just shift all the energy on the entire call to that level of vibration of happiness. Let's just in our moment together. And sometimes this requires laughter because you can't take anything too serious when you're in happiness. Oh, how's that? Yeah, that energy. Oh my gosh. I know. It's so easy. It's just a shock how easy it is to be happy. Thank you. I appreciate that. I could feel everybody shift a little bit. So thank you. There's still some stuff going on. I can feel some crap in the energy field. So go ahead and turn off your other things. So please, if you can, come to center. If it's absolutely impossible, like you're in the middle of a Starbucks, you have my permission to listen on replay. But I'd really like you to come and be in this space of this with me right now. Yes, that whole energy of you, I can actually sense it. Okay, it's fun to be psychic. Right? All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the first block, okay? So the first block is a little bit cerebral, so it's interesting. It's not one of the easiest ones, but you'll recognize it. It's like an old friend. So how much energy do you spend in a day in your problem or in your drama versus how much time you spend in action to shift it? Action to shift it are two very different things. So what we want to be doing is shifting our action energy into solutions to what's been going on. Any time that we're spending ruminating is not helping us. And one of the keywords that I want you just to start listening for is why, because we're going to want to lose that completely. It's completely useless. It doesn't help your happiness at all. And I call it a mind F, and I know I don't use the F word in general, but with the Y word, I have to go there because seriously, Y is a mind F. So why can I not fix my money problem? Why can I not have a better relationship with my mother-in-law? Why can't all those why questions are not taking you into being in happiness? Do they ever make you happy? No, they don't. They never do. The why is just useless. So in clearing the first block to happiness, we're going to start looking at our days and shifting action steps towards happiness in inviting more action. So what's an example? So an example of shifting into the solution. So let's just say, for instance, let's just say there's a, let's see, what's a good example? Well, type one in if you have one. You can throw me a problem. I don't mind. Okay, let's say this. I go to work and there's an individual in the cubby a couple doors down, and he's just not contributing. And I contribute and he's not. And I contribute and he's not. I'm right and he's wrong. I'm right and he's wrong. He's screwing up, and this screws me up because he's on my team. Okay, all of that is taking your energy and your power and your happiness, and it's just handing it to this person. So would you have this person coach you? This one that's all annoying. Would you have that person coach you? No. Would you have that person make your decisions for you? Would they choose your house or your car for you? No. So, and yet you're letting them jump in your head and mess with your mind. You've invited them in, and they have a daily pass. They probably like you. They probably like your energy. They probably like getting stuck in your head. It's probably a pretty fun place for them, but it's not contributing to them or you. So to clear happiness around this, you're going to want to own that only you have a say over your state of being. That, yeah. So now I'm walking in and there's this individual, and let's just call him Furrowbrow. So there's Furrowbrow, and he just furrowbrows all day long. That's who he is. I'm going to allow him to furrowbrow. I'm going to give him permission to judge me. Cool. Thank you. Just letting it in. I'm going to give him permission to hate life. I'm going to give him permission to be in a bad divorce or whatever he's going through. I'm going to give him permission to wake up in the morning and have a really bad life. I'm going to give him permission to do that. And I'm going to ask him to be out of my space. I'm going to eject from my space. Thank you. Eject. Nice. Yeah. Because you have to own your own housekeeping. You can't have someone else in your head and then expect your head to be clean if that person's toxic. Okay? Wow, we answered that question quick. So first block to happiness is taking action steps to be in more happiness. It's really simple. Cool. Thank you. That was good. Do you have any questions on that one? Okay. I'm just going to lighten everything up because I can feel a little heaviness in the air. Okay. And let's just sit with me now in the space of connectivity to earth, up from the bottom of our feet, earth up, and celestial from heaven. Thank you. Yeah, let's just go back into that space of peace again. I'd like you in this moment to expand your space as big as the city you're in. And now expand your space as big as the country you're in. Expand your space as big as the entire universe. Excellent. Expand even bigger. Expand even bigger. Thank you. Even bigger. Awesome. I love it. Thank you. Great. That's very good. Okay, let's see what my second item is. And don't worry, I'm going to invite you into my 60 Days of Happiness. I'm so excited. It's got 60 different lessons that I wrote. I created 30 videos. And so every other day you get a cute video from me and an audio download from me. I'm laughing. I laugh on every single audio because a bunch of people told me I needed a bottle my lap. So I did for you. Awesome. Okay. This next one is a whopper. Remember I told you 3 blocks to happiness? Okay, this one, oh my gosh. You know, if you get this one, basically your entire life will change. But it can't not, right? So this one is having all your actions and all your movements in alignment with your kind of soul purpose and your essence. That's all. So in clearing the blocks to that, most common blocks were when you were a kid and you were forced to do things against your will, which most children were forced to do things against their will from the get-go. So were you forced to play with people you didn't like? Were you forced to be nice to teachers who were mean to you? Were you forced to be nice to a sibling who was unkind to you? Were you forced to go places and wear things? Were you forced to wear clothing you didn't like? You could only wear shoes you couldn't afford. One of my friends, she had to walk to school. They didn't really have shoes that worked, so she would put bags over her shoes and then walk through snow. And she'd get to school and her feet were frozen and wet. And then how much did she learn? So that was not like, even though that was like extreme poverty, which you could, because it's a pretty good excuse for going against your soul purpose, but we're just not going to take that anymore. So in the spirit of this clearing, we're going to start asking everything we do to be in alignment with ourselves, with our higher selves. So when something's in alignment with your higher self, it has a resonance. It's like a chord that's played right on the violin. You don't know music, but when you hear a violin that's played in tune, you hear it. And when it's off, discordant, you feel it. It's the same kind of thing we want to look for all of your actions and all of your movements and all of your choices. So does your house feel good when you walk in it? Is your car clean? Does it feel pretty if you have one? Is your bank account in alignment with your soul purpose? Just, you want to start shifting everything into alignment with your yes. It's like your yes. So you have to start making decisions that honor that. And this is counterintuitive and it's counter society. So the second block to happiness basically is choosing for society's yes, and I call it the mores, the right, like I'm going to parent this way because all the other parents parent this way. And I remember when I was a kid, my parents would say, well, honey, if your friend was going to jump off the Golden Gate Bridge, would you do that? They're like, they were anti-peer pressure. They're like, you got to be your own person. I had very strange parents, which is awesome. Thank you for being weird. I love you. And they celebrated my weirdness, so how's it getting better than that? So I want you to celebrate your strangeness in number 2. And let's just for a moment stand in the light of every single choice you make being in alignment. And just, you want to start shifting to that. So the truth part is when you look through your day or you look through the last 5 years and you look at choices you've made where something felt a little off. So maybe you accepted a job and the pay was crap, or to you. So that's not a good job to accept. It doesn't mean quit your bad job right now. It means look for a job that honors you. I'm not saying to like leave all your resources behind right this instant. I'm saying look for resources that match the higher of you. So you just want to start doing this every day. And you can start as easy as body, what would you like to eat for breakfast? You can wear a color. Like I have a light blue that I wear a lot. And today I was just like, no, today's coral. And so I wore coral, which is kind of funny because a lot of times I wear blue. But today I felt like coral. So it was like, then I just wore it. It wasn't really that hard. So as you do this in the beginning, one of my friends told me 90% of the people she runs into, she contracts around. She contracts. That energy is not the energy I'm talking about of stepping up into happiness. So one of the ways you can tell if your choices are matching your soul and the light of you is, do they make you feel expansive, or does that choice make you feel contractive? Expansive, contractive, expansive, contractive. They're completely different things. You can't really do both at the same time. You go crazy, which is not fun. Although being crazy isn't bad. Oh my goodness. Can we have more fun? So just kind of sit there with me in that space of honoring the brilliance of you and honoring the you of you. And I'm just going to do a group one-to-many send right now. And I'm going to strengthen those baby places where you've been completely full in that space of you. And all those times when you showed up fully as you, I'm going to sit with you in that. Let's just honor that for a second. That. Very nice. Beautiful. Yeah. Thank you. So I built a program, and what I did is I took lessons. Some of the lessons are in the book that I wrote called Happiness Quotations. And I was very blessed on this book to have Jack Canfield and Marcy Shimoff and Joe Vitale from The Secret sanction it. In this book, I write, feel good. Take time to feel good about your life. It's a good one. Let's look at another one. Flip the happiness switch. Oh, I love that one. You know what? I'll do that one before the end of the call. It's really fun. Really easy. Love that one. Dare to be inspired today. So in this book, I wrote a bunch of happiness quotations, and these were things that showed up in my head when I was asking for inspiration on feeling happier. And it was about 5 years ago that I wrote it, and it came in really clear and bright, and I was very blessed to have it. So I took some of the key lessons from that, and then I took Happiness Telesummit interviews that I've been blessed to interview more than 100 happiness experts, including 2 of the best-selling happiness authors on the planet today. So one was Elizabeth, who wrote Happy You, and one was Marcy Shimoff, who wrote Happy for No Reason and Love for No Reason. I interviewed Marcy twice and Elizabeth twice. So some of the key things I took away, and then all kinds of other beautiful authors like Dr. Lisa Cooney and Heather Smith, and some of the great contributors to Access Consciousness I've interviewed on Happiness Telesummit. Rebecca Hulse. You can access those on my YouTube channel. Some of the back ones, not all of the back ones, some of them you can look for the Happiness Telesummit on my YouTube, and I think I have 2015 up there. That's free. You can get that anytime. Don't go right now. You can get that anytime. All right. So what I did is I took 30 key learnings, and I made videos on each one. And each one is a daily practice that you can do for 2 days, so that we take 60 days. And some of the things are release self-judgment. You know, who doesn't need that? Asking for more. I go deep into that. That's on day 36. So day 1, I'll just tell you day 1 right now, because if you could do this today even, it'd be awesome. And it's just treasuring something in your life. It's just treasuring something. It's finding something to treasure. Yeah. I treasure you. So to get the 60 days of Erica, you just go to happiness.com/wherever I put it, and I'll tell you that. And then pick up the 60 days, and then I'll be doing 4 live calls with question and answers. They'll be somewhat like this, but private with just the group that signs up. And then I'll be doing one-to-many transmissions of happiness on each of those 4 calls. So I'll actually transmit my joy into everyone, with everyone, to help clear any crap around you, the healer that I am. And then I'll be giving you tools to heal your own crap all by yourself. And then I'll be giving you email guidance. So everyone who signs up gets some email guidance. You can ask me really big questions. And the phone calls are going to be 4 different times. So it's going to be every other Tuesday for 2 months through the end of October. And I would just love to have you on that program. It's a very beautiful program. And I'm just so blessed to be sharing it with you. I'm really excited. It showed up in my head completely done. Like all 60 days just showed up like, right? How's it getting better? So that was really awesome. So I'm inviting you into that. Thank you. So now just take a breath, have some water, take something to drink. If you have something like water. I'm drinking caffeine. Love me some caffeine. All righty. All right. All right. The third block to happiness is the one that, I mean, I found 30 that I'm sharing with you, but this one, okay. This is the one that I kind of call the separation. And this is where you judge others as less than you, or you judge others as more than you, and you judge everyone as something, which allows you to separate yourself from everyone and be unhappy because you're probably not as, you might not be as big as me, but you might not be as small as someone else, but you might not be as pretty as someone else, but you might be prettier than that person. Your bank account might be bigger than that person, but it's definitely not as big as that person. Your books may have best sold, but you didn't get a bestseller seal. You may have written a book that only your mom and cousin read, and they hated it. Okay, these are all the places where we mess ourselves up. It's when we walk in a room and we're judging everything. We're huge judgment machines. If we don't do anything to change it, then we're just judging machines. I did write and edited this book. I recommend it for grappling with this third one. But let's just right now in this space agree to let go of some of that. Okay? So if you can't let go of every single bit of judgment you've ever been given or had, then let's let go of 5% of it. Ooh, let's let go of 20% of it. Yeah, how does that feel? Okay, so the discipline of this is when you walk into, it could just be when your kid wakes up and they made a mess in the kitchen last night. Could you not judge that? You can still ask them to clean the kitchen, but could you not judge them as a mess or a slob? That's a judgment. When you go to work, if you go to work and there's a grumpy person there, could you just let them be there? Could you just go, oh, they are going through a very grumpy phase. They need to do this. I'm going to trust that. It's like, could you stop saving the world so that in your own space, in your own head, you can have peace? This one is really brutal, isn't it? Yeah. And what I got present to, I was just talking to someone the other day, and she was having this thing with an aging relative. And I was like, you know what, honey, every thought that you think that you have to do everything for them is removing their own potency. And you've just stripped them of it in your mind's eye. And you're seeing them as like, you're stripping them down as to almost like a baby being. And you're saying, if I don't blank, 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 the world's going to end. And it's really tempting because you probably are better at a lot of things than a lot of people. So you've probably always taken care of everything. If you're like me, and you're probably on this call because you're like me in some ways, right? So you've probably done everything right. You've probably taken care of everybody your whole life. But what if they had their own potency that they could call upon, and they could get different solutions if they weren't burdened by your caring? Just sit with that for a minute. So could you care and allow everyone? So could I allow certain presidential candidates to be as judgmental as they are, as vindictive as they are, as racist as they are? Could I allow racism to exist without reacting to it? I mean, it's one of the things that I came into the world to change. And so it's one of my key purposes on the planet is having equality and having people who are Black and white be in harmony. And that's just one of the key things that I was born to do. And I got that from Martin Luther King when I was in 3rd grade. And my school got integrated, and we all sang, "We shall overcome" every morning. We held hands and sang "We shall overcome" every morning in Berkeley in 1960 something. Not that I'm saying my 55ness or anything. So could you let someone be in your space? I mean, not too close. You don't need to be close. Could you just allow people to be whatever they are, allow their own potency and their own spirit to take care of them, thus calling your spirit and your potency to increase as well? That. So as you release the crap of all the beings that maybe implanted stuff in your head, or their thoughts controlled you, or you let yourself be a pawn to them, or you controlled them by making them a pawn to you, any of those things, are you willing to not have that be in your space anymore? And that's the 3rd clearing today. So thank you for coming. Awesome. Yeah, I can feel the vibration of every single being on this call is now different. So thank you for playing so full out. I actually can feel it. Isn't that cool? I just really want to invite you to spend 60 days with my program. I would love it if you would join. I'll put the screen up for everyone. I'll send you the link. And every other day you'll receive a video transmission from me, and you'll receive a lesson. And the lesson might be something really easy. I'm going to share day 12. I can't help it. Since you stayed with me this far on the webinar, you get day 12. Well, you get a snippet of it. So basically, day 12 is when you're going to look in the universe for signs of things. So you're going to be like, so what I did is I said, this is before any of my books had gone bestseller. And I said, if I can do bestseller, can you show me a pink car? I saw a pink stretch limo. Actually, I saw two pink stretch limos. I guess, well, now I'm like 16 bestsellers later, so I guess they were pretty right on. But you might ask for something like, let's just do something fun. Like if I'm supposed to, let's see, if in some reality it's possible for me to achieve really, really awesome happiness, can you play a song by one of my favorite artists on the radio today? Then when you're listening to the radio today, you have to listen to the radio though. You can't ask for that and then not listen to the radio. So listen to the radio and see if any of your favorite songs show up. Don't say which one it has to be. Just say, and then let's see which one shows up and see what kind of magic might show up. One of the things that showed up for me, I was taking care of one of my friend's horses, and I love feathers. So I love really cool feathers. And I was just like, okay, I'm out here. I don't know why, but I'm helping my friend heal her horse. I have healing energy, so I'm working on the horse's leg and everything. And we're walking, and the most magnificent feather, it's like an Indian headdress feather. It's huge, huge, is right on the ground in front of me as I'm walking. And to me, that's just one of those things that I look for. And that's day 12. It's actually day 24, but it's lesson 12. And it's when you're just going to tune into the universe for all kinds of little things of being on your path. Okay. Because you're not receiving only from what you read. It's not only from your actions of the people you work with. It's not only from what clothes you wear. It's like you're receiving all the time from every component of the universe: visual, auditory, smelling, sensing, feeling, stuff like that. So through the path of experiencing more happiness, you want to open up places where you weren't willing to receive information before. Okay. Awesome. And then I'm going to do a 5 or 6 minute meditation. So drop all your barriers, lower your barriers. Thank you. Bring earth energy out through the bottom of your feet. Take a deep breath. Ask for celestial energy above your head to just rain down. You can picture a cloak if you like. And then I'd like you to open your chakras, and I'd like you to be aware that you can also close them. So at the end of the call, if we've opened up a lot of things, you might be way more psychic than normal, or way more perceptive than normal, way more sensitive than normal. Have an awareness that you can close that down too. So we're opening everything up, which is really fun. Have an awareness that you can close that down too. Okay. So sometimes after these calls, people can't sleep. So I do that to people. I get everybody amped. You should see me with a bunch of 5-year-olds. Oh my gosh. Can I ramp them up or what? Perfect. So awesome. Just ask for all the places you've been blocked to clear right now. The topic of the call is clearing. So anything that's blocking your happiness, can you just ask it in a blanket statement to get the F out? You don't even have to know what it is. Just say, clear any blocks to happiness now. Right? Anything that's stopping your flow? Bye. Any entities that are messing around you? Oh my gosh, there's so many entities. There's so many people without bodies that are excited about this call. That's fine if you want to hang out with them, or if you'd like to have them help you. You know, I get a lot of cool messages from very amazing celebrity entities. But right now on this call, leave. Go back from whence you came. Some of you can return. Awesome. Just clear your space and then clear it again, clear it again, clear it again. Awesome. Thank you. Anything that's keeping you from your happiness, now ask it to leave. You don't even have to know what it is. I have to tell you that. You don't have to know if it would happen when you were 2. I mean, yes, you can do soul retrieval work and clear crap from when you were 2. That's great. And you can just ask anything stopping you to be cleared. And then I love to do this. I do these little pieces of paper. It's very funny. And I say, I'll do one of them and I'll say yes, and one of them will say no. Let's see, not yet. Yes, clear. Yes, clear, not yet. Okay. I put them down like this. And whatever I'm trying to clear, so let's just get in my head right now. I'm going to clear anything that would stop anyone who wants to play with me for the next 60 days. Anything that is blocking that I'm blocking. Not that any of you are blocking. Anything I'm blocking, I'm just going to ask to clear. So just clear anything that's stopping anyone who would really benefit from working with me to any blocks of that. Let's just ask that to be cleared. Any ways that I'm doing that with whatever energy or entities or crap that's been in my past. Bye. Yeah, so then I can do a blind. This is a blind. And I said, is it clear? And it says, yes, clear. Cool. So it might have said not yet. If it said not yet, then I got to keep clearing. And you can do, these are just a little piece of paper. And I do clear, not clear. And whatever I'm asking for, I'll say, now I'd like to clear the blockages. Isn't that an easy tool? It's so easy. What if it were just easy? What if happiness were just easy? What if it were like breathing? I love it. So thank you so much for listening to my happiness webinar. This is Erica Glessing, and I am a best-selling author mega zillion times over. I have so many beautiful books, that I write and I publish. Go get this one. I think you need this one. We all need this one. And then when you're ready, get this one. This is super fun. This is super light. And then, let's see. I love this one. I published this one for Pratima. This one. This one. This one was my baby. I wrote this one myself. And then I read it and I go, oh my gosh. And then go over to happiness. Let's see. happypublishing.net/happy. And get my program. Play with me for the next 60 days. It'll be so much fun. Thank you.